Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rainer and this is Rainier Books. It is December the 22nd. The day after tomorrow, it's already Christmas Eve. Oh my God, this year has gone so fast. Like last year, a second pandemic year in our lives. I want to do a wrap up of the last couple of days, actually the last 10 days, because I didn't do the wrap up on Sunday. I hadn't finished a single book until then. But now it's time to do something, to talk about some books. Talking about the things that are going on in the world seems to be very difficult at times, and since May 2020, since this channel has appeared on YouTube, one of the things that has accompanied us all over the world is the virus. And it's still going on now. We're waiting in Europe for Omicron. Omicron has already conquered. The UK has already conquered Norway and Denmark. It's lingering around Sweden. In Sweden, we say we don't have so much Omicron. We have to wait if it takes over here. So we're not sure. And we have some restrictions, but very few restrictions. We should wear masks when we are traveling on public transport, and when it's rush hour, only when it's rush hour and when there are a lot of people. We are supposed to work from home again until the end of January, but we don't have so tough restrictions. And well, we'll see what happens with Omicron over the Christmas days. It's of course difficult because you cannot have the big family party. Let's start with the books though. And I finished 2 books. Yes, I did finish 2 books. Not until Sunday, that's why I didn't do the wrap up on Sunday, but until, I think on Monday I finished these 2 books. Actually yesterday, one on the night between Monday and Tuesday, the other one on Tuesday. So let's talk about them. I finished from the library The Dark Hours by Michael Connelly. This is another Bosch and Ballard. I don't know how to pronounce this. Really don't know how to pronounce her name. B-A-L-L-A-R-D. Renee Ballard or Ballard or whatever. Michael Connelly, please help me. The Dark Hour is placed again, of course, in Los Angeles, California, the city of angels, which is the hometown, the home city of Harry Bosch. But this is more a Ballard novel than it is a Bosch novel, because I would say that Harry Bosch, the guy who has played, I think, in 35 books of Connelly already, Harry Bosch is sort of a supporting actor, you would say, in this book. At least if it was a movie, the actor could only win a prize in the Best Supporting Actor category. It's Ballard who is the main character. She is on the hunt after a killer. She is working the dark hours, the hours in the night. She's some kind of night officer playing The Late Show. That was the title of the first novel with Ballard. I call it Ballard now because I like the pronunciation. And that was the first novel with Ballard. She's working The Late Show, which means that she works night hours alone and sort of taking up cases that occur in the night, going out to murders, to homicides, and doing the first work and then sort of transferring these cases to the day shifts. That's The Late Show about. And she works the dark hours, and that's again a reference to her work during night. This is Los Angeles, and it's a Los Angeles in a pandemic. It's a Los Angeles where people have more or less lost the the faith in the police. The police is very much questioned after the murder of George Floyd. So Connelly is really working in contemporary events into his writing. And I think I'm not surprising you when I think that he's still believing in the police, but he always has written over the years, over the decades almost. He has always been very critical about the police, and I have no statistics, but a lot of times cops are culprits in his books. And that's also something that is discussed in this book in a bit at least. Michael Connelly, The Dark Hours. Renee Ballard in this book is hunting a murderer who has killed a Latin person in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve. And it turns out that the same gun was used in a case that Harry Bosch investigated 9 years ago. So that's the connection between the cases, the same gun, and Bosch gets in and works together with Ballard. But there's also a case about the Midnight Man, two men who are assaulting and raping victims in their homes. Very creepy case. Two very creepy cases. The second book that I finished on yesterday actually was, and I checked the pronunciation of this one on YouTube, is by Kitamura, and I learned that it's pronounced Intimacies. Intimacies by Kitamura is a novel about a translator. We don't have her name. She is working at the International Court of Justice in The Hague in the Netherlands. She is of American Asian background. Her father has died. Her mother lives in Singapore. And she is working there at the court. We see her at the court. She's an eye narrator in this novel. She's working at the court, and she's also having a love affair with a Dutch man named Adrian, who's still married. Problems. She has a friendship to an artist called Jana. She meets Jana's friend Aline. She meets Aline's brother Anton. And a lot of things happen. Actually, nothing happens in this book, but it's a great book. I loved it. I love to read Intimacies because it has to do with the translation at the court of criminal justice, of international criminal justice against crimes against humanity, genocide, mass murder are being prosecuted. At the same time, she tries to translate the people. She is talking to the people in her life, and that's also very sort of difficult. And we learn a lot of intimate details in this book, Intimacies, which is fine and superbly written by Kitamura, and I really liked it a lot. The year is only, my God, in 9 days we have New Year's Eve, and can I finish 3 books until then? That's sort of my goal. And I'm stuck with library books right now because the library, I have ordered books from the library, so it's my own fault. So what I'm doing, I'm reading the third big winner for the 3 big prizes that I sort of try to follow are the Booker Prize, are the National Book Award in the United States, and is the Scotiabank Giller Prize in Canada. I have already read Hell of a Book by Jason Mott. I already read Damon Galgut's The Promise. I still owe you a single review about that one. But now I have taken the Giller winner, What Strange Paradise by Omar Akkad. And I'm pretty much in the beginning of this novel when a boy gets stranded, a young boy, I think he's 8 years old, gets stranded probably in Greece on the beach, but it is named the country, and we also learn apparently Omar Akkad has divided this book into chapters that are always called after and before. It starts with after, at the beach, the boys found at the beach in Greece, probably Greece, and then before, where we learn how this trip started. So that's What Strange Paradise by Omar Akkad. I have still here Peril by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa, which I want to finish this year. It's a quick read actually, but it's more than 450 pages. And I got from the library a novel, we go to Canada again, that was nominated for those on the long list. I think on the long list of the Scotiabank Giller Prize. It's by Cheluchi, Onyemelukwe-Onuobia, and this is called The Son of the House. It's a Nigerian or Canadian-Nigerian author, or Nigerian-Canadian author. She has written a book about 2 captured women who are captured by people in Nigeria, and they are taken hostage. A rich woman and a poor woman, I think that's the story. And they are being held in a house somewhere in Nigeria, and they get to know each other and they tell each other stories. And that's The Son of the House by Cheluchi, Onyemelukwe-Onuobia. I'm hoping that I can also finish this book during the rest of this year. Outside, the sun is shining beautifully. It's -7, -8 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. Celsius, of course, I'm speaking about. I have the last day of work ahead of me now today, and I will see you soon with a single review of Damon Galgut's The Promise. I might do a single review about Michael Connelly's The Dark Hours. And I still have to do my job of presenting you the books of the year, not my books of the year, but books of the year of many outlets. Like I checked the New York Times, I checked the Washington Post, I checked the Los Angeles Times, The Guardian, I checked Kirkus and many other outlets on the web that have nominated their books of the year, and I made a list, and I will present you the books that have like 3 or 4 or even 5 nominations on these different lists. Could be interesting. It's definitely interesting for me. I like statistics sometimes, not too exaggerated. That was everything I had to say to you. That's what I'm doing right now. And I started listening to albums apropos music. Apropos, it's French, music, is that I started listening to bands that to favorite albums of recent years. And one of the albums that I'm current, and that's my tip for today for you, my advice to listen to, one of the albums that I'm always returning to is a beautiful album. I don't know if it's the title of the album which gives me the reason to listen. No, it's the music. It's definitely the music and the mood it gets me into, and that's Lisbon, an album by the New York band the Walkmen with their amazing lead singer Hamilton Lighthouser, which they did, I think, like 10 years ago. It's called Lisbon by the Walkmen. Listen to that and you'll be happy. And here I leave it. And I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are around the world. And I hope to see you soon. Stay safe and bye-bye.